We just got beat up yesterday. Our defense got beat up. I don't want to hear anything about Scott Turner. I don't want to hear anything about we still need a quarterback. I don't want to hear anything about the J.D. McKenzie pass interference or the De'Ami Brown drop or the Cam Sims drop. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. The defense just got beat up, point blank, period. Period. Because it was a time in the game when Antonio Gibson, Taylor Heineke, and Dustin Hopkins got us in the game. And you know what the D did? Let them march right down the field and score again. They had a 95-yard drive on the defense. The D got beat up, point blank, period. And I'm looking at it as it's a lot of things. One, it's scheme. Two, we're not executing, because I heard Ron say he's feeling comfortable with what he's calling, so it got to be execution, and it's a combination of we're not mixing it up either, Jack. We're not mixing it up either, Ron. We're not mixing it up. We're not mixing man with zone and blitzes. We're not doing that. We're running the same thing, and it's getting exposed on third down every time. We're giving up too many third downs. You can blame it on whatever you want to blame it on, but at the bottom, at the end of the day, the defense is what we're supposed to be counting on. The defense is the identity of this football team. The D-line is supposed to be the strong point of this team. But guess what? It's not. The strong point has really been the offense, even though we got blown out. The strong point has actually been the offensive line. The strong point has actually been Dustin Hopkins, for crying out freaking loud. The defense is getting their butts kicked. They got their butts kicked in the Giants game. They got their butts kicked in the Chargers game. And they got totally demolished in the Buffalo game. Josh Allen did what he wanted, when he wanted, and whenever he wanted. It was like everything he looked at in the film was there for the taking. It was like taking candy from a baby. They took our candy. They took our lunch. They took our lunch money. I did not expect, and I'm apologizing to my subscribers, because all summer long I told you we would be able to count on this defense. And this defense has completely let us down at this point. Now, can it be fixed? Hell, I don't know. I don't know. Atlanta might destroy them next week. Hell, you got Calvin Ridley and you got Kyle Pitts next week. We might can't do anything with them. Matt Ryan has seen it all, and if you're just gonna let Matty Ice just sit back there and pick you apart, he'll destroy us as well. So I don't know. I don't know if this defense needs to have a defensive players only meeting. I don't know if Ron and Jack needs to go and rethink of how we're scheming this. I don't know if the D-line coach isn't coaching these guys up because it's too much talent on this field for us not to be getting to the quarterback. I really don't know, and I don't like not knowing. This shit was no different than Joe Barry. This was no different than Greg Minuski. This was no different than Jay Gruden. This was no different than, hell, Who's the other bum coaches we had? Spurrier. This is no different than any of that. This defense has to look themselves in the mirror as a staff and as players. Because we didn't sign up for this. I know I didn't sign up for this. And no, I'm not saying I'm belling, because I'm not a beller. But this needs to be fixed immediately before we go down to Atlanta. Because that was just embarrassing. All summer long, you just hear how great this defense is. All summer long, you hear 4 first rounders. Guess what? The 4 first rounders aren't doing it. They're not getting the job done. I don't know if we're putting them even in the best position to get the job done. But we're going to find out. We're going to find out Sunday. Because if Atlanta does the same thing that everybody else has been doing, then I know it's the scheme. And John Bostic, I'm not trying to get on John Bostic. Trust and believe. But at this point, while it's early in the season, I just don't know why. We just don't let Jamin Davis just play the whole dang on game. It can't get any worse. Might as well let him call the plays. This is completely embarrassing. We got beat up. Point blank, period. Hell to the football team.